say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
This episode of the Josh Terry Podcast is brought to you by Deep South Chemical. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Scott Cooke. Go look them up on Facebook right now at Deep South Chemical. I use them for everything that is car care related. That is Deep South Chemical. Go look them up on Facebook now. Message Mr. Scott Cooke and tell him that Josh Terry sent you from the Josh Terry Podcast. Now, I want to tell you a little story before we start the show. I am big on real country music, right? And I brag all the time about how I just know the best in all the good shit in country music. Well, every once in a while you judge a book by its cover and you're completely wrong. I've never said a bad word against this girl or whatever, but I didn't dive into her music until we got booked to host a show for her. And I feel incredibly bad about that now because this girl is a beast. She not only can sing, she has a great personality. And it was just a pleasure doing the podcast with her. We didn't have much time because of her busy schedule, but I'm glad we got her in and out. And she was one of the good ones. She really was. If we'd have had 2 hours to sit there like most guests, then I think we could have really, really done some good content. But when you're one of the best going right now, you ain't got 2 hours to spend with Josh Terry, and I completely get that. Plus, what woman, well, what even artist, male or female, wants to spend 2 hours with me anyway? But anyway, Miss Cooke, I just want to let you know I'm a fan now. I cannot wait to see you this weekend. August the 2nd at the Hummingbird, Josh Terry's Honky Tonk Nights. Miss Ashley Cooke. Miss Lisa Williams is also going to be celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, darling. I hope it's a good one for you. I know this is a short episode that you're about to hear, but you also can come out Saturday. We still got about 40 tickets left, so you better go to the Hummingbirds page on Facebook right now and get those last few tickets and come hang out and have a good time with us Saturday. Y'all enjoy this episode. And Miss Cooke, I look forward to maybe us doing a writer's round or something with you in the future and, seeing what else you're about besides for those 15 minutes we got to you right then. Like I said, I'm a fan. Sorry I never dove into your catalog. You are a beast. You are a gangster. And I cannot wait to hear more from you. So, y'all enjoy the show. What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry Podcast. I'm not putting this on YouTube, so y'all aren't going to see this anyway because I'm at my house recording. We got back from Nashville yesterday, and we're supposed to be doing a show this morning with Miss Ashley Cooke's badass. And I had no air at the studio, so if it sounds weird, I'm extremely sorry. Miss Cooke, how are you today?
I'm so good. I'm better than you sitting in some AC. So
Dude.
I feel like it's rough times, but I'm
Yeah.
so good. I just got back from my first weekend of headline tour, so I'm just kind of regrouping and doing laundry and trying to like clean up my messy apartment and trying to get my life back together.
You're out with Luke right now, right?
I am, yeah. I'm actually out with Luke Bryan, and I'm also on my own headline tour. So it's kind of
That's
like
what I was thinking. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. I'm already like a big fan. Oh, by the way, Lisa Williams from the Hummingbird is with us, by the way. It's weird not having people in the studio and having to do their thing. So I am a huge fan of female artists anyway, but I'm very picky, especially like the younger ones. And dude, you're bad. Like you're really like you're cool as hell to watch. I like sitting there listening to some of your stuff. I'll catch myself, especially like some of the younger artists that we work with. They'll play something for me, and they'll be like, "I know you're not gonna think you're gonna like this because I'm just an old asshole." And the next thing you know, I'm like, "This is really good."
Well, now you got me curious. What song turned you?
There's one that you put out not long ago, or you gave a teaser to that I even shared, and it was it's got something to do with church. Our Grace.
Grace.
Oh, moving on with Grace.
Yeah, that's gangster. Like
Thank
that. That is, I'll tell you, that's good. And then the one that really blew up, the "This Ain't Your Place" song. I really
Yeah.
like that. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That actually like really, really means a lot. I mean, the album's been out for what, like 4 weeks now. It's like still been not a whole lot of time. So it's good to know what people are gravitating towards and what's making people like it. So thank you.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome, and I'm very hard to please when it comes to country music. Like I'm a fanatic. I worked in country radio for a long time, so and when it comes to female artists, I'm a big Ashley McBride or older. Like I heard you were just out with her, wasn't you?
Yeah, we played a radio show in Phoenix, and I mean I've been a big fan of Ashley for so long. We've become friends just throughout all of like the madness of this industry. But I hadn't gotten a chance to like fully seen her set, like fully watch the whole thing. And we were like everybody else from the round had already left. We were like packing up, had my guitar on my back, like was about to head out, and I like caught a little bit of side stage, and I literally stayed the entire show with my guitar on my back. I was like ready to go, and I like couldn't leave because it was just so good. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. She's so good. It's insane.
Well, you're insane too. Like the
Thanks.
more that I've kind of paid attention to it, I'll be honest with you. With a lot of the stuff I do, I'm brutally honest. So when Lisa booked this, I was like, I didn't really know much about you. And I get scared with anything that my name is associated with because it's not like I like just the outlaw country or what they say is traditional country. I just like good storytelling. And if this is like poppy shit or whatever, it's not for me. It's not that it's bad or anything. So I was scared to death when they were like, okay, you got to host Josh Terry Honky Tonk Nights and Ashley Cooke's going to be there. And I was like, everybody that I know is fixing to give me hell about it. And they were like, no, you don't understand. This girl's a G. Like
Yeah.
she's really good.
Well, it's so interesting too because I've had people in the past say that before, like, oh, like this TikTok girl, this influencer, whatever, and I'm like, man, I wish people knew, and whatever, like I still just go out and try to prove them wrong as much as I can, but I wish people knew that I've been doing this since I was 11. TikTok was just kind of
I didn't know that.
yeah, the TikTok was kind of the thing that just popped up when pandemic happened, and I was like, what the hell else am I supposed to do besides this TikTok thing? And there was a certain way that TikTok was being done back then with a lot of like kind of the cheesiness of it all, and you kind of had to feed into it and do all of that. And so I hate the preconceived notion that I am something that I'm not, but at the same time, like all I can do is make music that I think is good and hope people don't think that.
I'm very guilty of it. I'm very guilty of judging the book by cover when it comes to the TikTok stuff. We're real good friends with Trey Lewis, and I've known Priscilla for forever. And I was always like, they deserve to blow up. Like they deserved it. Like they just had the app that helped them, but they were already there. Knowing that you were doing it before, like you're one of those two, but you're talented. There's some folks on there, I will not call any names. There's some folks on there that are just they'll get a big social media following and then like, oh, I want to do country music now. And that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But if you've been doing it since you were 11, but you can tell too, like your stage, I have no idea how old you are, but I'm 35. And if you can entertain a 35-year-old and my daughter is 12, like we both like you now. So it's just like, okay, you can tell like she's just you're not a gimmick. A lot of those folks are gimmicky and you just don't seem like a gimmick person. You and what's Megan? Megan Maroney?
Maroney.
Yeah, like y'all two are not gimmicky at all. And I hate that even I'm guilty of not asking people to do this show because I think I'm going to be disappointed. But then like I'll dive into them a little bit more. And I got buddies that are out with Megan that play bass and play lead and drums for her. And they say, you don't understand. This girl's a G. And I feel like you're probably the same way.
Thank you. That really means a lot. I also know Meg was like, busting her ass before the whole crazy TikTok social media thing. I think too, it took a minute for country music and just the industry in general to get behind TikTok because it was this new thing. But I mean, you look at like people like Luke Combs, like he blew up on Vine. Like and now Luke is on top of the damn world, on top of country. Everybody respects him and thinks he's, don't ever associate him with that social media world. But he came up on that. I think it's just a way to get more eyes on what you do. At the end of the day, it's the new world that we're in and it's a beautiful thing. It's just, proving people wrong based off what they think about it. So
You're doing it, dude. Like you're legit doing it. What's some of the stuff that you got coming up besides the Hummingbird this Saturday in Macon, Georgia?
oh my gosh, we have so I feel like I know what my life is like until I, I just turned 26 and I feel like I'm gonna turn 27 and be like, oh wow, okay, like I already know what my whole life is like. We have a lot coming up. We're finishing up the headline tour. Well, we just started it, but then we have the whole rest of the headline tour this year. The Luke tour we're finishing out this year, and then next year it's more touring. It's figuring out what I'm gonna do for the next album. That's already crazy to think about because we just put out the first album, but it's all just it's moving and going.
Were you blown away by the success of the first album? Because you dropped a lot of songs on that guy.
Yeah, it was 24 songs, and it was apparently the largest debut record from a country artist, which was never the intention. Like that wasn't like a thing we were trying to say or use or anything like that. I was just writing my ass off, and I feel like there were so many songs that we wrote like 50 to 60 songs for that album, and had to like whittle it down even further. So it's been really cool to see. I think giving people the most that I possibly could that was quality was really important to me because, with all the social media stuff that blew up, I really didn't have much music out. And so I wanted to do it right. And I wanted to do it the best that I possibly could. And so putting a lot out, seeing everybody's responses to them, seeing all of the way that things are streaming and the way that people are loving them and showing up to shows. I was telling my team actually a couple days ago, I love opening up for like Luke Bryan and like Brett Young. And I've opened up for a lot of the Cole Swindell and people in the last couple of years, but I think headline shows are my favorite because people just scream the hell out of the music. And it's like, man, like it just, whether it's a couple hundred people, a couple thousand people, whatever it is, like you all of a sudden, like it clicks in your brain, like, oh, this song they get. This song, all the phones come out to record. This song they know the words to. And you could think that it's like a deep cut on the album, but for them, it's not. And that's what's really cool is just getting to see all of the way that it's responding. So it's a lot of fun. And I'm pumped to just kind of keep seeing what's reacting.
How many of the ones on your album that actually released are you a writer on?
20, I think, of the 24.
Hell yeah. See, I'm big on the songwriters. That I'm big on like that aspect of it. We just did a show with Jason, Michael Carroll, Bobby Pinson, Farron Rachel's, a bunch of those in last week in Live Oak. And like I'm the guy that wants to push the songwriters. I love the artists, but the songwriters to me are just where the meat and potatoes are of it. 100. And the fact that you actually write, like you're not gimmicky at all. I hate that I'm the first person to say I'm wrong about shit. Like I'm glad that you write. I'm glad that that's one of the things that you actually do and don't just treat it as I'm going to take the next best song that somebody writes for me. I like it when it's relatable to the artist.
Well, thank you. To speak on the fact that I wrote 20 of the 24, the 4 songs that I cut that were outside songs, I've been writing since I was 11. Like I started with writing songs. I was in love with like Rascal Flatts and like Taylor. And I was just obsessed with like all of the songwriting behind all of it all. So for a while there, I was like, well, why would I not cut stuff that I didn't write? Like I love writing songs. Like I can do it. I would love to just be a part of everything that I do. But then I was like, man, well, think about the people that you're talking about, the songwriters in the world, right? That don't want to be artists, that don't want to go play the songs. I'm like, man, there's so many writes every single day in this town that people are writing songs to pitch to artists. Like, who the hell am I to say that they're not good enough, or that because I wasn't in the room to grace my presence with there's songs out there that are so damn good that I wasn't a part of, and that doesn't mean that I can't cut them or that I shouldn't cut them. So to me, it's like what you said about the personal experience with an artist. I don't cut a song unless I feel personally connected to it. But like, if I don't write it, I'm not mad about it. I feel like the town is so talented in itself I've always respected and loved songwriting so much that I would hate to like not cut something just because my name isn't on it,
Yeah, well, me and you both know from being up there so much that some of the best songs you'll never hear will never be cut. You're hearing a writer's round or whatever. So it takes people like you to find those outside cuts and be like, this is too good just because somebody doesn't know this writer. It's to not to. And I respect that a lot about somebody. A lot of people just want, like I said, the gimmicky shit, but there's not much gimmick to you. It's talent, dude.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So what's your next single, and then we'll get the hell out of here? Or what? You know what? Forget the single shit. This ain't a radio interview. Have you ever been to Macon, Georgia?
I don't think so. I might have.
You opened up for what was it? Travis Denning and Cole Swindell when he was here at the auditorium.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't remember. I think I've been there. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing you've never been to the Hummingbird where you're going to be, which
nope,
is already damn near sold out. Well, we got like 40 tickets left.
There's 45 tickets left.
When's the last time you played it? When's the last time you played a smoky looking bar?
This past weekend.
Okay. You are going to have a blast. It's very intimate, but you're on top of the people, but they're going to love you, dude. And I think this is the first show that I've been involved. This is the first year I've ever done anything with the Hummingbird. Like I said, I'm very picky about the artists that my names get associated with. Me and Lisa had a lot of debate about this, like me going into it with them, that if I didn't get to help pick the artists or be part of it. We got Dylan Carmichael, a lot of really good guys coming up the rest of the year. This is your face when I said Dylan, you know what a beast he is.
Yeah.
But this is like a place that the people get to really connect with you. It's really personable, and you're gonna fucking melt this place, dude. Like it is gonna be cool. I don't think that y'all have ever done this many pre-sale tickets either for anybody, have you?
We haven't. I think Trey Lewis was 114. So I mean, you've literally hit a home run, and I'm so excited to have you here.
Man, thank you guys for having me. Thanks for taking a chance. I know it's like the first time I'm playing there, so you don't know what to expect. But thank you so much, for real.
I don't, but I know it's going to be a party with us. Just I don't know if you drink or anything, but stay away from us if you do, because it gets out of hand. It gets out of hand very quick.
I love that.
But today's my birthday.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday!
Thank you. But we are celebrating both mine and Josh's on Saturday, so it is definitely going to be a party for sure.
I'm behaving. I promise you, I'm behaving. I've got Nashville. They're throwing me a birthday party at Live Oak on the 13th, and then we're going with Raised Rowdy to Floribama that weekend for the same thing. Now, I'm probably going to behave as much as possible this weekend and be a good boy.
I need.
Oh God, y'all! I'm gonna witness some interesting stuff.
Yes, ma'am. You're probably gonna be like, I'm never coming back to Macon, Georgia.
No. I love it. It's gonna be so much fun. I'll try to be the soundtrack to the party as much as I can.
I'm sure you will be. Well, Miss Cooke, I know you have an extremely busy schedule, so let's get the hell out of here. But thank you for coming down Saturday to the Hummingbird, and I look forward to it. I really do. I mean that. If I ever judged you by any means whatsoever, I'm sorry. I like to apologize to people, and I cannot wait to actually hear you live and in person.
Hey, thank you so much. It means a lot. No worries at all. I'm so pumped to get to have fun with y'all and celebrate your birthdays together.
Well,
thank you.
All right, folks. Well, thank y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast, and we will holler at you later.